Mitch, congratulations, 2021 Williamstown VFL Men's Best and Fairest. I'm sure quite an honour for you, mate. It's been a difficult 2 years for everyone, really, and I'm sure you've had a few hurdles along the way, but I'm sure this is a nice reward for you on a personal level.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great honour. You know, the club's got such a rich history and goes back a long time as such a successful club. So, for me personally, it's something that you might not look at it too much at the moment because it's all about winning premierships and things like that. But in times to come, you go down in history, and in 2021, I'll always be the Gerry Callahan Medalist. So, if it's reward for a lot of hard work over the last however many years it's been. It's been, a very tough year. So, obviously would much prefer to be, won a premiership a few days ago, whenever it was meant to be. But, I guess it's a nice little thing to finish the year with.
Sure. How did you find the year itself, Mitch? Not just forgetting the playing and game side of things, but footy in this sort of environment, I imagine, wouldn't be so easy with so many stoppages and not being able to train together. The list goes on. How did you find it from a personal level?
Yeah, I probably battled a bit at times, just with, it was stopping for a while, had to train in small groups, then we'd come back, play a few games, and we'd be done again. So, I did find it tough at times and battled for a little bit of motivation at times. But, with those hard times, you cherish the good times. And, there as much as it was only, 9 or 10 game season or whatever it ended up being, there were some good times. We had some good wins. We had, we have a fantastic group, and the boys are so close and tight knit that, at the end of the day, that's why you play footy. So, we did have some good times, and these sort of tougher times do make you cherish that. And I have no doubt at all that, if we were able to play, consistent footy, train consistently together, that, there would have been a big chance we would have been playing a few days ago, and we would have been, in the top couple of teams, no doubt again. So it's obviously disappointing that it ended up being the way it did, but we'll be back bigger and better next year, I'm sure, and everyone's motivation will be back to a peak.
Just going back a step, the decision to come back to Williamstown after your stint at Essendon, was that an easy decision for you?
In some ways, yeah. But honestly, I think I took, after leaving Essendon, that probably hit me a little bit. I was a little bit surprised. I played the second last game, the AFL, and actually thought I'd played pretty well, and I ended up getting dropped the next week. But it came as a little bit of a surprise to leave Essendon, and then from there, I just needed a few weeks, a few months away from footy and things like that. And Steve was in contact, but he was good about it. He didn't hound me too much, which was good. But once I sort of got that motivation back and wanted to, I guess for me, I wanted to, prove people wrong again. I was able to probably do it a few years ago and get drafted from Willie. But I sort of came back with a point to prove, and unfortunately, winning a premiership probably would have proved that point. But in the end, after I had a few months, I was able to reset and sort of work out what was important to me. It was no brainer that I was going to come back to Willie and go again.
Well, what about the group itself, mate, and the teammates around you? I know this is an individual award, but they always say you can't do it without your teammates. It seems like a pretty close-knit group. Is that part of the attraction for you as well?
Oh, absolutely. I think this year, how close the group was, and, how close the coaches were with the players as well, was something that, I really enjoyed. Footy's, it's meant to be social, and you're meant to get along with each other off the field as well. So, I think we're absolutely blessed to have a tight-knit group that we do. And, I honestly can't thank my teammates enough as well. These individual awards come off the back of, your teammates, whether that's, the defenders doing their job or other mids that might cover for you when you're trying to hunt the ball. And, obviously the ruckman as well. I don't want to sort of single anyone out, but, as much as as much as it is an individual award, I can't thank my teammates and my coaches as well enough for, giving me the best chance to be the best player I can.
For sure. Are there any standout games, any games from the limited ones we were able to play this year that stick out to you from either a personal or team perspective that you look back now on and think that was pretty cool?
Well, I guess there was a couple. I think, the early start of the year when we're rolling really well, we're winning a lot of games. I enjoyed those games. And then one that sort of stood out for me a little bit, we actually didn't win this game, but it did stand out for me a bit. It was only versus Richmond. So we'd come off. It was a draw in the end. And, sorry, boys, I probably should have kicked that goal and we would have won. But anyway, we move on. Forget about that. But I think that one stood out because I think that just shows the character of the group and the character of the whole club because, we missed, I couldn't even tell you how many weeks it was, 5 weeks we couldn't train. And we come up against Richmond who, they're VFL premiers or the last premiers a couple of years ago. They obviously beat us. And, we come up against a top side that was stacked with AFL players. I think they had 19 playing on the day. They sent blokes back and, they're training, normal, but playing scratch matches. We hadn't played for 5 weeks and we probably should have won. But, I think we drew in the end. But I think, as much as you sort of would love to win that game, I think that's just a testament to everyone's character and things like that. So that's just a game that stands out for me and just shows, the quality of people that we have at the footy club.
What were you thinking off the boot, Mitch? The siren went just before you kicked it, I think, or just after. What were you thinking as you made contact? Think it was good?
It was online, but yeah, if the siren had went 2 seconds earlier, I probably would have, gone back, taken me time and given it a bit extra. Or if it went 2 seconds later, we would have got the point. So, I was very, very unlucky. But anyway, maybe we'll have to practice our shots from long range in the future.
Finally, is there anyone you want to particularly thank, Mitch, after winning this award?
Yeah, so obviously I've got a few thank yous to, as I've already mentioned, players and coaches. I can't thank them enough. I don't really want to single anyone out, but everyone involved at the footy club as well, just for the support and what we're able to do in supporting all the players. We've got such a tight-knit group, so I'm sure if we can keep everyone together, there's some successful years coming. I'd also like to thank my sponsor, TikTok Cafe. I know they're doing it a little bit tough at the moment and things like that with everything that's going on. So, I want to thank them for the support they've given me and they're my player sponsor. And, if you want a good coffee or a good feed, drop down to TikTok. And also my parents, they come over a fair bit, which is good, and support. And, they do love the footy club as well. So, my parents and my family offer me so much support. And it's been a tough year, but to have them there has been such a fantastic thing for me. And, it gets me up and about every week to play well. And then probably just lastly, I have already mentioned the coaches and players, but something I just wanted to touch on is that, at the end of the day, footy's such a small part of our life at the moment. Everything that's going on, people losing, income, businesses and all those sort of things. It sucks that we're not playing footy, but you got to put things into perspective. So, I did just want to thank, coaches and players and staff and everyone involved because we did it bloody tough this year, what we had to put up with, missing weeks, and the AFL just stuffing us around and all that. It's bloody tough. So, yeah, I just wanted to, say thank you and give everyone a pat because, it would have been easy to drop off and, drop our standards and things like that. But the boys were always coming back fitter than they left after the breaks. And didn't drop their standards. So, a massive pat on the back, and it might not have worked out this year, but that's going to hold us in good stead coming forward. So, I look forward to, hopefully, I think Steve mentioned we might catch up in November or something like that, and seeing everyone and having a beer, which would be good. So, I would have absolutely loved to be down at the function centre right now and, with everyone having a few beers. And I'm sure Taya Miles would have taken us to his favourite club in St Kilda to celebrate. But sadly, we're on Zoom and whatnot. But hopefully we can all catch up soon. It'll be good to see everyone, and congratulations to the rest of the award winners also.
Very well said, Mitch. Congratulations, the 2021 Gerry Callahan Medalist. Congratulations, mate.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks.